Good evening. Welcome to a live Andy Martin show. Leah Frost is here with me as per usual. End of March already. Wow, where's the time gone, Leah? We are closing in on our 1-year anniversary.
I know, right?
Unbelievable. Oh, it's great. Gonna have some few people on here to celebrate with.
People said we weren't gonna last, Andy.
No, well, that's right. Andy Martin show will never last. Wow. Well, we've done a good thing here. I'm impressed. We've been together for a year, and It's worked out well. And it's a cold wind out there tonight, Leah.
Oh, no kidding. Isn't it crazy?
1+1 with a -4 wind chill, but it will feel a lot colder than that. Right. It does. I went out for a walk, and because we have to stay home, save lives.
Stay home and save lives, Andy.
Listen, I am fed up with that online ordering process. Good evening, Kevin.
Good evening, Kevin. How are you? One of our loyal viewers.
I want a green screen behind me here, but I can't get it. No communication, no order date. It's still awaiting shipment. A week and a half. Friday will be 2 weeks.
So
I'm done with the online ordering process.
Well, Andy, I don't think I think you have to remember where you're ordering it from, and then you have to you have to be careful where you're ordering stuff from. So hopefully it even comes, because depending on where you're ordering from. I know somebody waiting for a package after a year, a month, so it's all around bad.
Well, I told him today, I emailed him and said, if I don't get this by Friday, I'm canceling the order. 2 weeks is too long for me. I mean, have you waited that long, Leah, on any of the online ordering you've done?
Oh, yeah. Yes, I've waited that long.
Did the product finally come?
Yeah, there have been times where I've ordered stuff and I've actually canceled the order, and since it had already shipped, they would refund me, but eventually the thing would come, and so they would tell you to just keep it at that point. So
did you get an indication at any point in time why it took so long to for the order to come? Did they explain it to you? Did they order it from China, or
No, they don't really explain themselves. They don't, whatever.
Well, you got a customer service is the key, like these people don't get it.
Well, yes and no. I mean, sometimes they offer a product that is, they have the market cornered, and sometimes, they just don't care because they're so busy. It's like, oh, well, whatever, on to the next, right? So
seems like some of the customer service we get in Sault Ste. Marie, contractors I waited 3.5 months to get the foundation cracks here on my house downstairs, the walls there, and that's what it comes down to. People don't care, whether you like it or not. They're backlogged. I wanted some flooring in my house, but I was told June because the last lockdown backlogged flooring people to do the work, and they want to hire only so many that do the work well, and the customer just has to wait. It's as simple as that.
That's right. Yep. And that's it.
I'm getting some good pricing on the flooring. If I went somewhere else, the price might be double the price. So
you never know.
I have to sit and wait. So lockdowns have hurt us. And again, this virus is in the news because we're getting there, and we might be on the edge of a third lockdown in the middle of April. Oh, by the way, the education minister is going to make up his mind by the end of the premier, by the end of this week. Online out of class learning might be a permanent thing in Ontario, Leah.
Oh, wow, really?
Yeah, that's going to
Hmm.
be really thrilling heading into a new election year next year.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know,
I'm
I
not
don't
too
think
sure.
they're going to get any votes by making the learning permanent online. It's terrible.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of teachers stressing out about the online learning, especially this hybrid model where they have to teach online and they have to do, in classroom. So they're not able to do it. It's a lot of work. And, to be quite honest, teachers are getting stressed out, burnt out. And not to mention, there's no, like casual teachers. There's nobody to come in and take your place if you get sick or whatever. So it's kind of a little bit frustrating for them, Andy, if I could say, and it would be really nice to get a teacher that can confirm or deny this for us, just to kind of let us know how it is that they're doing. But I do know that the elementary school teachers, especially, and high school teachers are just they're struggling. There are certain
Well, I
ones.
have a teacher that lives down the couple doors down, and I
Mhm.
ask him how's things going, and he rolls his eyes every time he walks around the corner. And there's a school just down the street from me, so
Yeah.
he's not too thrilled about it at all.
Well, and Andy, you know yourself that the teachers union is one of the strongest unions.
They are. And if
Yes.
the Ford government loses them as a voting bloc, they're in big trouble. But
Well,
again, we keep talking about it. There's no competition for Doug Ford in terms of the next election in 2022, and,
yeah.
or for Justin Trudeau this year,
Uh,
possibly. So I know you don't
I
want
don't know,
Justin to,
Andy.
you don't want Justin to win. I know.
Andy, I'm not the only one who doesn't want Justin Trudeau to win. I mean, you look anywhere on the internet, nobody wants him to win anymore. They're done. A lot of people are done with him. They're done with the showboating. They're done with the spending. They're done with the increase in the carbon tax, which is happening again.
April 1st, Leah, 3
Yeah,
days from now.
you're going to be paying more at the
33% more.
let's not
It's
forget.
coming quickly.
Let's not forget his entitlement issues. Let's be honest, this guy has entitlement issues. And I'm not saying that he is one of those people who believes that he's entitled to everything, because this is how he grew up. He grew up with a father who was in politics, and this was a normal thing for him. He got whatever he wanted, lavish vacations, jet setting wherever he needs to go, and never really wanting for anything. This is how trust fund babies are, because they don't know any better.
That's right. Do you think Justin Trudeau's going to be hurt by the gas prices going up on
No,
Thursday? No,
no,
not a
no,
chance.
no. And we've said on this show, he has stated outright on this show that not we've shared the video that the middle and low class doesn't get affected by tax raising taxes because they don't pay taxes, which is absolutely
That's just silly.
it is.
Just silly. But speaking of taxes, Liberty Tax has done a great job. I know you do your taxes. Don't you ever get worried, Leah? You do your taxes on your own that you might make a mistake and miss something?
Then you file. I know how to file if I make a mistake or miss something. I know how to file that too.
Oh,
So
okay.
there is something that you do. Yeah.
Do you for you fill out a different form or?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, okay. So how do you file when you use the software? Does the software have a way that you file your taxes from the software?
Yes. Yeah. Haven't you ever heard of it, Andy? There's TurboTax.
Yeah, no, I've never used it.
TurboTax.
I've always paid to have it taxes done. And Liberty Tax made me proud. Megan's Brazel's mother works there, and Melissa and Lee's at 21 Trunk Road. Megan's mom is in the West End, second line, and Farewell Terrace. They did a great job.
There's also one on Great Northern, Andy.
Is there? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Thank
Yeah.
you for that. Great
Yeah.
Northern Road.
Yeah.
3 locations in Sault Ste. Marie. They did a great job, and it's done. They didn't give me the runaround of, like the other place did.
Yeah. Yep, exactly.
So we're holding our own in Sault Ste. Marie. We're holding our breath because a few media outlets didn't like the fact that I beat them to it on breaking news yesterday. They got their shoes in a knot.
They got their panties in a bunch there, Andy.
Yeah, but hey, we got to tell the people the news, whether we're a news outlet or not. We got to tell people the news when we get it.
That's right.
And, well, I think they must have been watching the Andy Martin show because they did a 360 on the AstraZeneca today.
Absolutely. Isn't that a little bit scary, Andy? Let's break this down a little bit, people. Okay, please don't forget that number one, vaccine companies have no liability. You cannot sue them if there's any problems. You have no leg to stand on. And you know what? Your insurance company won't cover either. There's a lot of people who I'm encouraging you to call your insurance company and find out if you have an adverse reaction to a vaccine. Are you covered? I'm going to almost guarantee you, because I have heard of some people, they've been told yes, but almost guarantee you that when it comes right down to it, the insurance company is going to hightail it out of there, and they're not going to pay if you do have an adverse reaction to a vaccine. And your funeral costs will be on your family and friends, in that instance.
I had a queasy feeling about that, but no, we just sloughed it off in Canada. There's nothing wrong with this. I think we look really bad right now in this country doing a 360 on the AstraZeneca. Suddenly, first of all, it's over 65. Then it's this, that. Do we know what we're doing in this country? Now it's under 55. Nobody under 55 should be taking the AstraZeneca vaccine. I would be livid. We're not in the game here.
No, I don't think we are.
Look at that. You're not the only one using TurboTax.
Exactly. There you go, Andy.
Oh, man.
20 minutes. There you go. 20 minutes.
I could have saved all that money. TurboTax is what, $49.95?
No, I'm pretty sure that they have a free version, Andy.
Oh.
Completely free. Yeah, and I think especially this year, I believe that they've gone to doing it completely free.
Wonderful, Leah. Look at all the money you've saved year after year on the tax.
Absolutely.
So let's take a quick break.
All right.
Play Leah's wonderful Florida commercial. She wishes she was on that cruise boat leaving Fort Lauderdale right about now. We'll be right back. We're back live on the Andy Martin Show, 8:53 Eastern Daylight Time.
Yes.
And Leah's here, and you wanted to talk about some of the governors telling Joe Biden thanks, but no thanks, and they're opening up their states.
Yeah, Andy, there's we broke that a little while ago, and I'm sure a lot of people knew already about that. But there's a lot of governors that are saying, the vaccine passport is kind of against some privacy laws, and sorry, Joe Biden. I know you're the president, but we can't really enforce this. So when the COVID-19 pandemic hit the United States last spring, no American could have imagined what the nation was in for. Now, as we emerge from quarantine and the economy begins to slowly but surely reopen, they may feel that staying safe is more important than ever before. As COVID-19 vaccine rolls out nationwide, a vaccine passport program is one way the federal government would like to keep Americans safe and prevent the spread of COVID-19. However, the governor of Florida, you're better with these governors than I am.
Ron DeSantis, yes.
Yes. Okay. So, President Joe Biden in January issued an executive order directing agencies to assess the feasibility of linking coronavirus vaccinations to vaccine cards known as international certificates of vaccination or prophylaxis, and producing a digital version. So basically, you're going to get a digital version of your, the fact that you have been vaccinated. But this, in a press conference today, actually, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis indicated that he is firmly against President Joe Biden's support of the vaccination passport program and would not be officially governmental program, according to the Orlando WESH2 News.
Well, you're going to see actually three governors coming out hard against Joe Biden.
Yeah.
Kristi Noem in South Dakota is one.
Yeah.
In Texas, Greg Abbott.
Yeah.
And Ron DeSantis in Florida. Just the three that will come hard against Joe Biden. They want to open up their economies. But meanwhile, new data showing that the COVID-19 pandemic is completely out of control in Ontario.
Well, here's the thing, Andy, though. People are vaccinated. And I mean, let's look at Australia. Let's look at some of the other places that have locked down again, but are completely, look at Chile, for instance. They're completely vaccinated, yet they're shut down. Can you please explain to me why that is then, Andy? I'm really not. I'm a little confused here because obviously what we're doing is not working. Right?
I don't think it is. We're back in the same place less than 3 months after we open up the economy again. Why have we opened up the gyms and the restaurants and the bars then?
Andy, here's the thing, though. If that's the case and it's the fault of opening up, then the measures put in place by the government, by the way, are not working because...
No, they're not.
So are we not screening employees properly, or is this just not working?
We had two businesses on the weekend in Sault Ste. Marie that got caught with the virus. We haven't had that for a long time.
Exactly. But Andy, obviously, then what we're doing is not working. It's not working. So...
that's right. And we will be in a third lockdown. And my guess is that this premier won't do it regionally. He should do it regionally, but this guy is just all over the map.
Well, Andy, I'm going to throw a few things at you. Texas dropped all COVID mandates. That includes no further use of masks or social distancing. Their COVID-19 numbers have dropped 21%. Adolescent suicide has soared to 45% since the beginning of a lockdown a year ago. So compliance is what is keeping people sick. not COVID at this point.
Doug Ford doesn't get it. He's going to be dragging this on till the end of the year.
Oh,
This year.
So how many lives have to be lost before we take a good look at this and go, what the heck?
Yeah, exactly. It's somebody wants to keep this narrative going here.
Of course. So, Andy, I just want to read this one last part. DeSantis said that he will be issuing an executive order forbidding vaccine passports in the state of Florida. The government is also calling the Republican-led legislature to consider a measure addressing vaccine passports, but did not give specifics. So we are not supporting doing any vaccine passports in the state of Florida. It's completely unacceptable for either the government or the private sector to impose on you the requirement that you should show proof of vaccine to simply be able to participate in normal society.
No, so I don't think it's going to work. You're going to get burned in the courts eventually with that.
Well, yeah, Andy, I mean, give me a break. Is it anybody's business, Andy, if you have diarrhea today?
Well, no, it's my business.
That's right. Is it anybody's business that you got an AIDS test?
Well, that's right.
No, it's nobody's
business. Confidentiality.
That's right. There's lots of privacy laws surrounding this. And to the point where there are committees, there are, institutions. There's usually a privacy officer. I don't know, maybe where you've worked before, Andy, was there ever a privacy officer? I do know that.
I don't believe so, but it was pretty tight ship because it was Crown Corporation of the Ontario government.
How about this one, Andy? If you were caught talking about your job on Facebook, what would happen?
You'd go bye-bye.
Oh, bye-bye.
Yeah, that's right.
Privacy.
Yeah, exactly. I couldn't do this job if I was working at OLG and talking about lotteries and all that.
No, absolutely not. That's a complete big no-no, right? A lot of people, they don't understand when you enter the workforce, you complain about your job, but it's a huge no-no. You really should not be talking about your job.
You shouldn't be on Facebook during working hours anyway.
No, I'm talking about just even in your personal life, Andy. You just leave that off of social media. Your gripes at work or anything like that. That's to be directed to HR.
Because the problem is people read that and you might have written word texting. You might not mean what you're texting, but people perceive it differently.
Absolutely. And I have a video, Andy, which we all love to poke fun at Joe Biden. We really do like to poke fun at him. But I'm sure he has a very difficult job. And given his advanced age, it's probably not easy for him every day.
He wants to run again in 2024, Leah. Well, he'll be 82 years of age.
I want to share this video, Andy, if you're all right with this.
All right. Yeah, we'll do that in our remaining moments.
Yeah, let's see what Joe Biden has to do on a day-to-day basis here. All right.
Oh, Rita, tell us about Joe Biden. What's he been up to in Hyperbole?
Well, he finally had his first press conference, which is exciting. He's only been president for 2 months. And, it didn't go great. Have a look.
We get down to business here, and Ron, who am I turning this over to?
Thank you very much, Mr. President. I think it's time for President Press to leave now. Thank you.
Oh, that wasn't even the press conference. That was when he just was reading off his notes, and he still got confused and has to ask his aides about what to do, who speaks next. And of course, they said, let's wrap this up. No questions from the journalists.
James?
Well, I mean, you can only imagine what the reaction would have been had this happened to Donald Trump. The other day we saw Biden tripping up the stairs to Air Force One. At that meeting, he didn't know what was going on. At the press conference, he kept losing his thoughts and had this huge briefing book that he kept saying, what card am I on here? if this was Trump, of course, they'd be saying, "Oh, is this guy fit for office? Is he losing it or whatever?" But with Biden, they keep saying, he's doing great. Look how well he's done. And you even saw after the press conference, journalists saying, "What is even the point of having these press conferences? They just are full of annoying questions anyway. Let's let the president get on with business."
Okay, well, Andy, what do you state of that? Hey, look at our friend Boomer is back.
Hey, Boomer, how are you, buddy?
We're all very excited to see you back, Boomer, and we're gonna have to get you on the show again and see how you're doing.
You got it, Boomer. Boomer's always ready for a good conversation.
Absolutely. So, Andy, what's coming up?
Well, a programming note, Megan Brazel will be here with me Wednesday at 9:30. She's a busy lady in the car business. I talked to her today.
Mhm.
And the Chamber of Commerce report on Thursday, and Al Arrington in between. So we've got a lot of things coming up, and we're going to be talking about the apps again on Saturday, with the apps coming to Sault Ste. Marie, the app development. So that got a lot of views over the weekend, and that's pretty well it, Leah. So we continue to battle with the game of virus and the numbers, and I like our position at 10 right now, but we need to hold it.
Yeah,
we
do
need to hold it at 10.
Yeah, absolutely. And speaking of the virus in Sault Ste. Marie as well, I'm going to have on my special report, I'm going to have a very special guest. Not going to release those details just yet, Andy, because I'm still firming them up.
You're going to be doing that show. Is that coming up this weekend, or?
I'm not too sure. Like I said, I have to firm up some of the details. That's why I don't really want to release too much yet. But we will definitely get everyone updated once we can.
That's right. And Leah doesn't want to talk about relationships, so
Andy,
we'll leave that for a while. I'm just bugging her. All right. Well, that's it. That's it for tonight. That time always goes fast.
Absolutely.
Stay safe, stay warm, and towards the end of the week, we'll start getting nicer temperatures into the weekend. And next week, it's more consistent temperatures finally. So we're going to have a good spring, going into April after Easter. Do you have any Easter plans this weekend, since it's a short week?
Dinner, I believe, at my mother's.
Oh my goodness. Are you going to gather with 10 people, Leah? Or
Well,
you can't be doing that.
Oh, why not?
Oh, I thought the limit was 5. No, I'm only kidding.
What? We're all family too.
Yeah. So you're all in your bubble then, yeah.
Yeah,
sure.
it's my it's my immediate family, and I'm talking I believe it's just going to be my mother, my sister, her husband, and their son, and then me and my son. So it's not a huge gathering. That's That's 6 people.
Now, do you think we could hold the line coming out of Easter? People are going to travel. People are going to gather. This is another critical point, because remember what happened at Christmas time. We held it and then we lost it.
Well, yeah, I don't know, Andy. You said it correctly, and I think I'm in agreement with you a little bit. Doug Ford is certainly not winning any bonus points here at this time, so he's really going to have to be careful. Election time is right around the corner, and people are already losing their businesses, and this is not acceptable.
Doug Ford doesn't want any tough questions. He's like Joe Biden, taking the softball, questions, because he picks a former conservative member. I mean, come on.
Come on, man.
Come on, man. What kind of hanky-panky stuff is going on in politics?
That's right.
Terrible. All right. We'll see you tomorrow night at 8:30. Take care, everyone.